So when I was actually in the community back in the day, I used to be a part of the problem of this community's immense toxicity. I actually used to be literally the main core of the problem of why this community was actually failing apart, which I'm not really proud of either, because the fact is that I was a main contributor to fucking up this entire community and being toxic. And so I'm gonna explain like kind of how it happened and like why I was this way and stuff. I'm just gonna start this video by saying like I'm not gonna mention any names or anything, because obviously one, they don't deserve to get hate or anything. I mean, even though they were like pretty shitty people, I've moved on. They have moved on with their lives. I don't care. They don't care. Like, so why should it matter, you know? I was just let's just say I was hanging around with the wrong people. Let's just say that I was okay. That was really embarrassing. Let's just pretend I didn't do that. It wasn't good. Like, they were saying a bunch of shit. They were pretty toxic. They rarely had anything nice to say to people. Pretty much just like going around hating on people for no reason. I don't really remember like any serious conversations we had. That's how bad it was. Like, it was just so toxic all the time, bro. I was easily influenced, let's just say that, by these people. I was fairly young. I was like, well, like 16 or something. I was not really thinking straight. I was saying a bunch of shit that I didn't know the meaning of. A bunch of words that I didn't know what actually meant, if you know what I mean. When you do that as a 16-year-old, again, you don't really know what they mean. When that happens, you kind of just like say it without even thinking about it, you know? Listen, bro, I'm like the most average NPC you'll ever meet in your entire life. I'm just a white guy that enjoys simple things, you know? I'm not anything special. It was such a toxic friendship. It was just, I feel like I'm maybe blaming everything on them, but at the end of the day, right, they weren't really much better themselves anyway. Their lifestyle was literally just vaping and smoking weed and like being all emo and cringe. Like, I don't know, man. When I look back on it after I actually got out of that friendship, I was just really glad that I stopped hanging around with that person, because I just realized like how fucking cringe it was to look back on. They acted like such a fucking gang member. I don't know why. It was so cringe, bro. That got me into saying words that I, again, didn't know the meaning of. Let's just, okay, I'm a bit brutally honest, okay? I have moved on from that past, right? I've definitely grown from that person. That's 4 years ago now. They were my friends, so yeah, I'll do this. You know, I'll just be a toxic piece of shit and get into beef with everyone. I mean, I wouldn't say I got into beef that much, but maybe I did. Not that I'm aware of anyway. Well, this person didn't really have the healthiest lifestyle anyway, but like we turned into like pretty good friends. That's the thing as well. We literally were in Discord calls for like hours and hours upon end. Obviously, the person I was back then is definitely not who I am today, because one, I'm not racist. I was pretty racist back in the day. I'm not gonna lie, which is why, like, again, like I'm not that person. Imagine just like a white person just like saying the N-word and like acting like a fucking gang member. It was so cringe, man. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not proud of that. I'm really not proud of that at all. So like, I'm not trying to like flex that I was being a fucking cringe gang member kid. You obviously can learn from your mistakes, and I believe that people can change. I believe that people can really improve who they are as a person by really taking it seriously, if you know what I mean. I started hanging around with people that actually knew what those words meant. I'm really not that person anymore. I feel relief in a way by making a video, even though I was a piece of shit back in the day. Like, I was saying words, like racist words, right? That I didn't know the meaning of as a kid. Like, I was 16, I'm 20 now. Like, I'm a fully grown adult. It definitely feels liberating and fucking, what's it called? What's the word? Like, again, relieving to finally get this off my chest, because like I don't talk about my past really that much. I started from a spot where I was hanging around with the wrong people. You can definitely change into a better person from that just by reflecting on yourself and reflecting on the people around you. If they don't like that idea, then, you know, they are obviously not meant for you, right? And to get out of a toxic friendship is it can be difficult for people, because most people don't know how to say no, and they don't know how to decline them in a respectful way. I mean, sometimes they are not even respectful to them if they even say no, which is obviously a red flag anyway. But I definitely can understand how difficult it will be for some people to get out of a toxic friendship. As a person who now has a platform, I'm a content creator now, I feel as if I have a responsibility in a way, you know, like, obviously, right? I feel as if I have a voice on this platform, which I'm really, really thankful for. If I can set an example of like, that's the person I want to be, like that, like if you look at this guy, hey, he seems cool because he's not afraid to speak. Like, that's the type of person I want to be, you know? I aspire everyone to be like that, you know? To be the best version of themselves, right? And to be the best version of yourself, you gotta admit your mistakes. You gotta do that. And that's just this is a huge mistake on my part, obviously, but it's not who I am anymore, obviously. Like it's not the same values as I had like 4 years ago, obviously. I feel like me talking about it maybe spark some relatability in people if they hung around with like the wrong people and shit. There's obviously a lot of people out there that do struggle with toxic friendships and all that. And if you are stuck in one, then I encourage you to just get out of it as soon as possible, because the sooner you realize that what you're in is just a complete mess, the sooner you can turn your life around and hang around with people that actually are not just trying to brain rot you, if you know what I mean. If you do that as soon as possible, then you'll be good. Take it from a person who now has a platform and used to be in a friend group that was really racist, really toxic. It doesn't define me anymore. If you are in a friend group like that, then, and if you want to get out, obviously this community doesn't need those people anymore, even though it still has them, unfortunately. I just think that I was also a part of that problem, because I was also a person that used to be really fucking stupid. There's a famous saying that my family taught me: to be old and wise, you first have to be young and stupid. It's a pretty powerful one, I'm not gonna lie, and it's definitely true. I was stupid back then. I was really fucking stupid, hanging around with the wrong people. I'm not saying that I'm wise, but I'm saying that my 16-year-old self looking at me now would probably not believe it's me, if you know what I mean. Like, I guess the message I have for you lot today is that it's never too late to become a good person. It's never too late to turn your back from a toxic friendship, because they're not really friendships, really. Honestly, a toxic friendship isn't really a friendship. It's just a group of sad-ass people, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, for real, I really hope you lot enjoyed this video, and please let me know in the comments if you have any stories to tell, like about your toxic friendships or something like that. I would really love to hear them in the comments. Believe it or not, I do read them. Maybe you lot can admit your mistakes and shit in the comments as well. I admitted mine in front of an audience, you know. Maybe you lot can do as well. It's totally fine if you don't want to, but I'm just saying, like, I'm just trying to make this the community I'm in very open, you know. We don't give a shit. We don't care about what we did in the past. We move on, you know, even though this was 4 years ago. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you a lot later. Peace.